Coming up, guys, the company that is shaking up the feminine care industry. We're going to talk to the founder and CEO of Flex right after the break here on Between Bells.
Welcome back to Between Bells. There is a new product hitting the feminine care scene. Flex is a menstrual disc that provides women with up to 12 hours of leak-free period protection. Here to tell us more is Lauren Schulte, founder and CEO of the Flex company. Lauren, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so why did you see a need for this in the industry?
Frankly, I made Flex because I was getting infections from organic tampons for 15 years of my life.
From organic tampons? Why?
Yeah, any tampons, honestly, organic or inorganic, disrupt the pH of the vagina.
Okay.
And that can lead to yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis.
And we've always heard that organic tampons or the better ones that you should be going and choosing just because there are not a lot of chemicals and stuff like that a lot of women were using in traditional tampons. But you're saying even still with organic tampons, you were still having a hard time.
Sure. I mean, just if you break down the science, it's absorbing all of that flora that you work so hard to produce. That's why you eat yogurt and take probiotics. So I tried over 30 different types of products from all over the world and frankly couldn't find anything that met my needs. I started talking to other women and discovered that, tampons were invented in the 1930s. Even though we've changed the materials a little bit, they really haven't changed that much since. And so I set out to make something that was more comfortable and more convenient than anything else on the market.
Okay, so how does it compare to the Diva Cup or the Lady Cup that have kind of had a surge in the last 4 years?
Yeah, so something I love about menstrual cups is they last for 12 hours. But they also sit inside of your vaginal canal in the same place that a tampon sits, so you can still feel them.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like lower down.
Lower down, yeah. And flesh, you can see right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, what is this over here now?
What is this thing?
Anatomically correct model of the female reproductive system. And so Flex almost sits where a diaphragm sits and the space around the cervix. So because of that, your vaginal canal is clear, so you can't feel it. And it has the added benefit of mess-free period sex, which is something that menstrual cups can't claim.
And are those a lot different than, let's say, like the Nuva ring or something like that? Or are they similar to that?
The insertion and removal process, yes, is very similar, though it is not a birth control and does not protect against STIs.
Right.
So what is the material of Flex that makes it better for pH balance?
It is made out of medical-grade polymers. Mm-hmm. So when we set out to do R&D, we wanted to choose a material that has been tested in hundreds, if not thousands, of other products inside of the body. And what's so great about this material is that it is an inert material, which means that it won't grow bacteria, versus a cotton tampon is an organic material which drags bacteria from your outside of your skin as you insert it, and it's in a warm, moist, dark environment.
That makes perfect sense when you just said that. I've never thought of that.
It's like totally a little petri dish inside of your vagina. So not this, the
right.
So how long did this take you to kind of come up with the concept of this? And what was it like, reaching out to people to kind of create this product with you?
It was a lot of trial and error, frankly. The very first version of the product I gave out to women, and I would follow up with them a few months later, and they weren't using it. And they weren't using it because the product was reusable at the time, and they felt like it was too much to use their hands, and also too much to also have to rinse every day. The second version of the product, I had a manufacturer tell me that it would break if we tried making it, and frankly, at that point, I thought that I was dead in the water. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, I reached out to experts at Apple. I also talked to product designers who make things for inside the vagina, like sex toys, and together they kind of helped inform me how to take manufacturing tooling that had already been made and repurpose it, reformat it to improve the design and improve the materials of this product.
Okay, so Flex did a survey, and you guys found that 52% of women feel dirty when they have their periods. So how is something like this going to change the conversation?
So our mission at the Flex company is to create life-changing, body-positive experiences through both the products that we make and the conversations that we have. Mm-hmm. So half of the mission is really focused around product, making a better product, investing in R&D for future products, which we will release future products. But the other half is really focused around the conversation, because we recognize that there's not one perfect period product for everyone.
Right.
And if you love menstrual cups, I think that's amazing. If you love period panties, that's amazing. We are in the business to help educate and inform consumers, not to push our product onto people. And a huge part of that is engaging people of all genders about sexual and reproductive health, in particular for women, because our health and wellness and sexuality, frankly, is pushed aside and kind of left in the closet.
Sure. Let's talk about the business parts of this also. How much funding have you been getting on this so far? What has been the reaction from venture capitalists and all that stuff?
Sure. So we've raised $4.3 million from some of the top investors in Silicon Valley, including Y Combinator and Founders Fund, just to name a couple.
Great.
And the reaction has been absolutely fantastic. Frankly, we have really, really high profit margin. We just started shipping in October, and we're already on a $4 million run rate right now.
That's
Very
fantastic.
exciting.
Mazel, great.
So how do you plan to kind of expand, take over some of these big companies that are like legacy companies like Kotex?
Because I'm sure that's a tough business.
Or do you stay niche?
We will continue investing in future products. I think, frankly, the thing that makes us different than a large corporation is we are very, very close to our consumers. So going back to what I said about having different iterations of the product, everything from our packaging to our messaging on our website to the product design itself has been informed by being very, very close to consumers. We allow consumers to chat with us, to call us, to give us real live interaction with other humans. And that's something a big company, frankly, can't do.
And I'm sure with a lot of women are curious about this. Can this be worn for any sort of activity? Like working out, is, running, swimming? Can I go to the beach? Or can they go to the beach with it? What about sex? Do they have to take it out for sex? What's all that?
You can literally forget that you're on your period. If you read the reviews on our website, our most common piece of feedback is, I forgot I was on my period when I was wearing it. It's worn for 12 hours. It's disposable at the end of the day. I tell women to remember to change it when they're brushing their teeth because you will literally forget. I was on stage at the Forbes Women's Summit earlier this week wearing a white dress, speaking in front of hundreds of people, and had a question and realized I forgot that I had it in me.
Wow.
So you can run with it, you can swim with it, you can do Pilates, you can have sex with it in, you can teach, you can run around with your children. It's just turns your period week from a week that you would typically dread into a week that's just as amazing as every other week of your life.
Sounds like a great deal. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Lauren. Very exciting here. Founder of the Flex Company.